the Landmark Theater here in San Francisco. And I'm glad that you are all here to enjoy the movie, The Heart Sutra. I hope you did enjoy this tiny documentary, also made by Ravi on the Tibetan Children's College. So today we are all here to watch the movie, The Heart Sutra, made by Ravi Verma. I also take pleasure in introducing to you Dr. Paul Ekman. He is a world-renowned and one of the most revered figures in the psychology world. He is known as the best human lie detector in the world. So I would be scared to be face-to-face with him. But he has done research on topics galore. One of the most interesting ones being on destructive human emotions and the attainment of enduring happiness, called Sukha by Tibetan Buddhists. This one was done in collaboration with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I also take this opportunity to introduce to you Professor Marianne Mason, also Mrs. Paul Ekman. She is the first woman Dean of Graduate Studies, University of Berkeley. She has been an ardent supporter of this movie. I believe she also helped Ravi behind the camera while interviewing His Holiness in New Delhi, India. So Professor Marianne Mason is also among us here today. If I'm going to talk about the achievement and work of these two people, it will take the whole evening. So I present to you the man himself, Dr. Paul Ekman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful film. Visiting TCV, Tibetan Children's Village, in the year 2000, and then a couple of times afterwards, it is an extraordinarily impressive place, going in Dharamsala. And Ravi has done a superb job in giving you a sense of this. What's left out of the film are a couple of things I just wanted to mention briefly. First, these children are a strange type of orphan in that their parents are alive, but they may never see them again by the choice of the parents. For those of us living here, it may be hard to comprehend that you would send your children at some risk away to live in a situation that is friendly and supportive of Tibetan culture rather than growing up in a hostile environment. So, in any revision of this film, I'd like to see a little more emphasis on that. The second thing is, TCV isn't supported by grants from the Indian government. I mean, TCV is supported by donations, and it is an extraordinary bargain. It's hard to believe how low the costs are for supporting a child, both education, room, and board. It's astonishing. When I last checked, it was under $400 a year. So we need, I think, in the last part, in asking for people's support, to let them know how far their dollars will go, how many children, and the option that they can support a particular child, or they can support the children in general. Because this is not going to end. And I know from conversations that the Dalai Lama is critically concerned with raising a generation of people who are prepared to come back to Tibet and help to run that country when the Chinese relax their grip. And of course, he's an optimist and believes that will occur. So thank you very much. I look forward to seeing the next film.
That was Dr. Paul Ekman, ladies and gentlemen. Now I introduce to you the director and producer of the film Heart Sutra, Ravi Verma. Ravi, since his childhood, was an ardent enthusiast of the 7th century Chinese monk Zhuangzi, also known as Huan Sang by British historians. Zhuangzi suffered a lot of hardships and came to India, the land of the Buddha, in quest of the Heart Sutra. Ravi is a software engineer by profession, but he got immersed in the Buddhist philosophy later in life, and he decided to put into celluloid his childhood passion on this Chinese monk. And so was born Heart Sutra, the movie. The film has two parallel threads, the first one being the original journey of Zhuangzi from China to India, and a modern day journey of the same route taken by Ravi himself, which culminates in the Vulture's Peak in India, where the Heart Sutra was purportedly delivered. It is interspersed in between with interviews from various scholars worldwide of Buddhism and their interpretation of the Heart Sutra. I hope you will enjoy this movie, but for now I present to you Ravi Verma, producer and director of both these films. Thank you.